It's become a trend since the Odyssey started it about putting these IMAX tickets on sale for these big movies like ages before the movies come out. We saw Odyssey do it. Obviously, we've now been talking about Endgame doing it recently. But you guys might remember a few months ago that Dune 3 also did that. IMAX put on sale some limited 70mm screen selection tickets on sale, and they sold out instantly. As a matter of fact, they sold out so fast that within a few days, people were literally not just selling, but buying those tickets on eBay for thousands of dollars. Some people charging $800, whatever. A few people bought pairs of tickets for $2,500 for a pair. One guy put his seats up for $1,500 and sold a whole bunch of. I mean, it was crazy. Scarcity apparently creates demand and hysteria. So people were buying those tickets for literally thousands of dollars on the second market. Well, for those of you who don't want to pay $2,500 for a pair of tickets to see Dune 3 in IMAX on that opening weekend, IMAX says they've got you covered, because IMAX put out a new thing today. They sent out an email to a bunch of people who are in the IMAX email list, and they said this. They said, "Dear IMAX fans, you showed up in a big way when the first Dune Part 3 tickets were released. We've heard you and know you want more access to tickets and more time to plan. So here you go. The opportunity to get Dune Part 3 tickets will arrive in 1 week on Tuesday, August the 18th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The ticket drop will unlock more opening week Dune insider screenings in both IMAX and IMAX 70mm. I believe the first round of tickets they released were just for some 70mm. So mark your calendars and make your plans to get ready for the return to Arrakis. Long live the fighters." So we apparently have some more tickets coming for Dune Part 3. It reminds me a lot of when the first the first Odyssey tickets went on sale, and they dropped and they just got sold out within, again, not hours, but minutes. They got sold out. We saw an incredible response for when Endgame dropped their big advanced ticket sales. Of course, we've got more on the way now coming this Friday, reportedly. And when Dune did their official offering a few months ago. But the fact that they sold out so fast, and the fact that they are now putting even more tickets on sale, I am going to be curious to see how fast these sell out. Because when the first round of Dune 3 tickets went on sale, guys, it was for a very limited number of screens. I mean, IMAX 70mm themselves are pretty limited, and the number of showings you can have per day were pretty limited. But so it was limited, only so many tickets available, sold out instantly. Now that they're expanding it to even more screenings on 70mm and the wider IMAX offerings that are out there, I'll be curious to see if these sell out too. Because if they do sell out, are you going to want to be anywhere within 20 miles of any movie theater that's playing Doomsday? Like Doomsday, we already know that Doomsday, which is of course December 18th when both Avengers Doomsday and Dune Part 3 comes out on the same day. I still can't wrap my head around that. They're coming out on the same day. We already know how big Doomsday is going to be. But I mean, if these tickets sell out as fast as maybe we think they might, exactly how big can Doomsday be? Like we were just talking, you guys will remember, we were just talking the other day about the fact that Spider-Man and the Odyssey, Spider-Man Brand New Day's opening weekend and Odyssey's third weekend. So that one weekend that was Spider-Man first and Odyssey's third combined to make, guys, you remember this, the biggest single weekend in box office history. And a lot of people think, well, Doomsday won't be able to break that. Yeah, I think it might. I'm starting to think it might. So, Sean, let me start with you on this and ask you these two questions, I guess. When these tickets go on sale on Tuesday, what are you expecting? Are you expecting, sold out quickly, maybe not so quickly. I don't know what you're expecting from that. And if they do, the second question, if they do sell out rather quickly, how ridiculous is this Doomsday 3 going to end up being? I don't know. What do you think about all this?
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting the impression that it probably will sell out. I don't really like this thing where we're more and more selling tickets earlier and earlier in small batches, almost fabricating demand or a scarcity because we're only selling the extreme one. So it sells out and then we have something a little bit more. I don't like that because it's creating such extreme things where people are buying tickets for thousands of dollars for movies. And it's starting to feel like what they're doing with concerts where the prices are just getting insane for everything. But it feels like people love going to the movies again. And after what just happened with the Odyssey, people they want to repeat that. And Denis Villeneuve is the guy that's in that Nolan category of, he's going to make something truly cinematic, something that is worthy of being seen on the biggest and the best screen. And so in its own way, really Dune 3 is the follow-up to the Odyssey for the cinephiles wanting that IMAX experience. And so, I think they're going to sell really fast. And I think it's very likely that we're going to have 2 different days this year that break the record for biggest box office weekend or break those records, because this is just looking to be mammoth. I mean, Odyssey was in week 3. And so, of course, Dune is going to beat that. And then we're talking about an Avengers movie, which, of course, it's going to be massive. So I think it's very likely that it'll break the record again. And this is only one more reason that's going to happen.
By the way, just to be clear, Sean's not saying that obviously Dune 3 will beat Odyssey. What he's saying is that the weekend 1 of Dune 3 will beat weekend 3 of the Odyssey. Anyway, Rob, you and I were to this point, Rob, you and I yesterday were having a discussion about whether or not Dune 3 could also be $1 billion film and all this kind of stuff. We were talking the other day, or it might've been Christian I was having that conversation with. Either way, that could Dune 3 also be $1 billion film while Doomsday is coming out at the same time. So the same 2 questions for you, I guess, is number 1, when Tuesday comes and 9 a.m. hits, are we going to see ticket sites crashing again? Like, are these things going to sell out incredibly quickly? Maybe not so quickly. And how big can Doomsday actually be? Will it beat that Spider-Man Odyssey weekend? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I have to echo my esteemed colleague Sean's sentiments. I mean, what we are seeing, it's funny. 2 years ago, people were like, oh my God, the theatrical business is dead.
Yeah.
And now, like I've always said, every franchise is one great film away from being reinvigorated. Well, say what you want. I like Thunderbolts. I like Fantastic Four First Steps. Spider-Man, even though it's a Sony movie, the MCU is back, baby. Theatrically, it is back. And I think that the thing about Dune is, like a movie like Interstellar, Dune is a generational franchise. It is like, I love it, but I got Dune in 84, then I got it on TV. But what Denis Villeneuve has done with Dune has galvanized a new generation that has been shown what is possible cinematically. And by the way, it wasn't possible when I was younger. I would say for this old Gen Xer, not boomer, for this Gen Xer, I watch Denis Villeneuve's Dune, and I think to myself, I am seeing something cinematically I'd never seen before. I have seen literary sci-fi writ large on the big screen in a way I couldn't even conceived of in 84 when Lynch's Dune came out, which I loved, and I reviewed in my high school newspaper. We are now seeing gigantic talents creating massive tableaus on the big screen, and it's like one right after the other. I mean, who would have thought we would get the Odyssey, we would get Dune 3, which is a combination of maybe Dune Messiah and Children of Dune, and Doomsday, the Avengers. I mean, we're getting gigantic, amazing. I mean, these are like seeing the Rolling Stones or Led Zeppelin or U2 in giant arenas. And you have multiple generations galvanized by what we're seeing on the big screen. It is, John, it is the what you've always said since we've started streaming 11 years ago. You've always said, when I first heard this, when you said movies are experiential events, I was like, I like going to small theaters and seeing art house films. I know what you mean. We are now getting experiential events writ large in the way we've never seen them before. And they're not just movies. They are public, cultural, social events. And it's amazing. And I think that Doomsday, I mean, look, okay, Barbenheimer, you had very different kinds of movies. But Doomsday appeals to the geek in me, the old school nerd from my elementary school days. You know, when people made fun of me for playing Star Trek when I was in kindergarten, I'm like, oh, really? Well, it's 2026, and we're going to see Dune 3 and Doomsday in one day. Who won? We did. And I think it's going to be huge.
Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? They are now putting more tickets on sale this Tuesday for Dune 3. The last time they put bunches of tickets on sale, they sold out instantly, and then were not just being put on sale for, because who cares what you put something on sale for if nobody buys them? They were being bought for like $2,500 a pair, $1,500 for single tickets. It's crazy. How big of a sales rush do you think Dune 3 is going to have on Tuesday? You think they're going to sell out? Maybe not. And how big exactly is December 18th going to be with Doomsday happening? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Ultra Pouches. A lot of people use nicotine thinking it'll give them a little extra focus or even help before a workout. But nicotine is a vasoconstrictor. It narrows your blood vessels and can actually work against that pump and recovery that you're looking for. That's where Ultra Pouches come in. What you're really going to like about them is that they're 100% nicotine-free and caffeine-free. They're designed to give you smooth energy and focus without the nicotine crash. Pop one in before a workout or when you're sitting down for a long work session, and it's an incredibly convenient little boost. Ultra is the ultimate guilt-free pouch, delivering instant focus and mental clarity without nicotine or caffeine. New customers can use the code CAMPEA to get 15% off at takeultra.com. That's TAKEULTRA.com for 15% off with the code CAMPEA. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that our show sent you.